Here we are. This is Delaware Ave. I am on the Delaware River Trail, and we're going for a bike ride. And I saw in the news that the city employees are about to go on strike. I think the strike will start on Tuesday, and one of the people who will be going on strike are the trash workers. And the city dump will be closed. I remember. I'm so old. I remember the trash strike of 1986. Oh, I think that's the year. Anyway, there was a strike in the 80s. And there was just piles of garbage in front of playgrounds. I remember I think Veterans Stadium or the Spectrum's parking lot. That was also, people just put their trash in the parking lot. And I think that strike lasted 18 days. Was that it? I just saw a story about it. Does anybody know the exact number? I saw in one of the news stories about the strike that the city employees want a 5% pay raise. The city's offering 2.5%. Now, the last time they negotiated, they were given a 5.5% pay raise. But I'm pretty sure the price of living has gone up a lot since the last time they negotiated. Streets like this one will definitely become dumping grounds. They already are kind of dumping grounds. I came down, there's a little example. It's actually not that bad. You'll have a lot of companies like general contractors, and they'll just dump a whole day's work of like concrete and drywall. It's actually isn't too bad back here today if the strike happens. Because people will go to the dump thinking the dump's open, and they'll say, oh, the dump's not open. Then they'll come down here and bada bing, bada boom. I feel like this street was sketchy AF, as the kids say. And I remember there was like communities of people living back here. I never really go back here. It looks pretty good. Oh, down here is Bunk's Bar. Bunk's Bar. This used to be a tire factory. I caught on fire a few years ago. There it is, Bunk's Bar. How exciting. You know, the city is on the brink of horrible things. The trash strike, that's going to stink. Like, literally, it's going to stink. SEPTA approved, they call it the Doomsday Budget, where they're going to cut 42% of the bus routes, or not the bus routes, like all the buses going around. There's a bus that's parked here, the 73 bus. They're going to eliminate that bus line. The 73's done. And I think all the bus stops all the bus lines are going to stop running at 9 p.m. And that's going to make us become what the Poconos are. I went to the Pocono race last week, and I was hanging out with my buddies, and I was trying to get some stuff for the camp. And when I was driving back to the campsite, everything was closed after like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I really think if you eliminate the bus lines at 9 p.m., it's going to just change so many things. Like, I don't know how retailers, like on Aramingo Ave, these stores that stay open on 9 p.m., how, like, I'm sure some of the employees take the bus. Mr. Soft, ooh, that's a sound. There we are, my old church, Nativity BVM. Anyway, we're going for a bike ride. Don't forget, every time you see me riding the bike, I want you to think about the Mayfair Business Improvement District. Why did I say it like Oprah Winfrey? I don't know, but I did. The third Thursday of every month, they have something going on at Frankfurt and Cotman. 7 p.m. Be there, be square. Check out their Facebook page, link in the description. We're gonna go this way. I also heard like they're gonna cut off extra trains after like football games and Phillies games, and Philadelphia just got FIFA. FIFA's here. And I tell you what, these soccer fans are they're setting fire to the stadium. And if you didn't see it, we have like a FIFA World Cup event. It's going to be here in the year, like the actual World Cup. But now they have like a FIFA Championship tournament, and that I don't know anything about soccer, so let's not pretend, right? But they got the Manchester United, I think that's there, or maybe not that, maybe Chelsea, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about soccer. But anyway, these soccer fans, they destroyed our Reggie White bobblehead at Lincoln Financial Field. They ripped off the head of our beloved Reggie White. And they destroyed the bobblehead. So, you know, they say Eagles fans have a bad reputation. All right, right now I'm underneath I-95, right after Lehigh Avenue. Right there is Richmond Street. Kind of new bike trail. Less than 5 years old. Down here when it rains on I-95, it all comes down here and these large lakes form. It's not really a large lake, more of a kind of a disgusting puddle, but there they are. You can park your car down here. I walk Rick the puppy down here whenever it's raining. This is where we go to. This is our happy-go-lucky spot. You can't really get wet under here. Anyway, today our destination we're trying to get to is Love Park, where there is another block party. I believe this one is a Latin block party, which I'm all about that, because I just got this new drink in my life called horchata. Hey buddy, look at the rope pals. I like ropes. If you get it, you get it. This is a whole new property that was just built. And down here, the reason why they call it the Rope House has nothing to actually do with the Rope House building, because right here was the Edward Corner canvas covers. They made canvases, ropes, rags. Rags were all the rage, right? Back in the day. Didn't have paper towels. So that property there was that brick property. They had to, instead of knocking it down, they had to take the building pretty much apart and like lean the facade of the building, the front of the building forward, and they had to redo the brickwork. But they preserved that history. And right here, this neighborhood's Fishtown, and the canvases and all that stuff, that was really important, especially the ropes, because in Fishtown, that's where the fishermen lived, and they would go fishing, and they would need ropes for their boats. I like ropes. I tell you, the city's got to figure some things out soon. We're on the brink. Honestly, we're on the brink of becoming a laughingstock. If the trash men go on strike, if we lose our bus line, and one of the reasons why we got FIFA to come here was because we had a very somewhat dependable public transportation thing you could take, you know? And now, when FIFA comes here next year, they were, you know, no SEPTA. And this is another thing we got to figure out. This is our bus station right now. This is where our Greyhound buses, like right now, right where I'm at. Greyhound buses stop here. So this is where you get dropped off if you take a bus from like New York City to Philadelphia. This is where the Greyhounds will take you. And there's no indoor facility for people who are traveling by bus. There's no real indoor spot around here for people to sit in to get comfortable, because sometimes you have a layover for a few hours on the buses. The only thing they have is Delilah's. There might be a sandwich shop. But in 2026, we expect there to be a big boom in tourism because America is turning 250 years old. I have a addiction to buying vinyl records. I got this for my stepdaughter, Jules. Birthday's coming up. She likes Olivia Rodrigo, I think. I also got The Killers, the Hot Fuzz album. And then I went to a record store, an album called The Dwarves. They're like a punk band. And then I got the ELO Greatest Hits. I can't stop buying records. But you know what I am doing? On Sundays, taking a little time for El Capitan. And I sit in the living room and I play some of my records. Drink a cup of coffee, play a little chess on chess.com. This used to be my favorite time of year in the city. 4th of July weekend in Philadelphia. Right now, you have the Chinese Lantern Festival happening at Franklin Square. They're just starting to open that up right now. Look at that, it moves. That's exciting. Oh, look at that truck just ruining the shot. Oh, here it is again. Look, it moves. Technology. This used to be my favorite time of the year, but then I was involved. There was a shooting a few years ago at the concert they had at the Art Museum. And that was 2 years ago. They had this big concert. And there was a shooting. And I honestly think the Philadelphia police panicked a little. I haven't been right in the head since that day. Not that I was right in the head before that day. But it definitely, it messed with me. That day messed with me a lot. This is the stage. This is where they had the gospel concert last night. I missed that because I was at the Flyers draft party. That was a nice time. They have a few more concerts coming up this week on that stage. You got the Army Band is going to be performing with the band, or not the band, the duo War and Treaty. And then you also have Ben Folds from Ben Folds 5, the one and the same. He will be here on that same stage performing with the Philly Pops. And guess what? That concert is FREE free, just like the hoagies they gave out right here the other day. Not that long ago, the bus station was here at 7th and Market, where that Dunkin' Donuts in between, where that blank space is. That was a bus station, and then the city moved it because it was affecting the SEPTA lines are regular. So the city moved it to Spring Garden Street, where I just showed you. There is the old bus station in Chinatown, which is like 2 blocks this way. It's still there. It's still an accessible bus terminal. I don't know. They were kind of not doing anything with it because the Philadelphia 76ers were supposed to build their stadium here, but their owner is a scumbag and lied to the city, its citizens, and its politicians. And that's why I don't like him. I don't like Josh Harris. I do like, you know, I guess I like the Sixers, but I don't like their owner. He also voted against the tush push. Alright, this is Center City, Philadelphia. On a Saturday night. In summer. It's a nice summer night in July. 4th of July weekend. You figure it'd be booming. Kind of quiet. Yeah, the Sixers arena was supposed to go somewhere in this area. And now... oh no, now we're dead. We're stuck here forever. Yeah, this is 1 block from City Hall. I recently did an interview and I was talking about how I was in Oakland last year. And I was really shocked on how their downtown is nothing. A few restaurants here and there, but a lot of empty office buildings. And I feel like Philadelphia, now I don't want this to happen, but I feel like we're on the brink of taking a big step backwards. Uh-oh. Alright, here's the block party. Here's the thing. It's really crowded and I have the bike. But they have a big concert going on. And I got a big crowd in there. You see. There it is. There she is. That's the mayor. The mayor of Philadelphia. Sherelle Parker, right there. There she is. Running into the mayor on the scoot. There's her Secret Service. Ain't that neat? Yeah, she's been all over this festival. I've seen her a few times this week. Or I've been at events that she's been at. I haven't seen her. That's the first time I laid eyes on her. And yeah, I actually, as a human being, I like her. I've seen her give a few speeches. Now, they are loud. She does, when she gives her speeches, she screams! Just in case the microphone doesn't work. Because, you know, I go to a lot of events where the, oh, well, be careful, here comes a soccer fan. Might rip my head off. I go to a lot of these events. Oh, boy. Love. All right, let's take up the whole pavement. There we go. Well, I am riding on the pavement, so I am being a douchebag too, but yeah, I got a big day ahead of me tomorrow. We're setting up our little piece of paradise in the backyard. We're setting up the pool, and I don't have many, you know, my grandson's 3. And you only get a few years before they're in school and they have fun. So we're gonna have Sunday will be fun day. I call it. My grandson's name is Kevin, and I call my club I make for him. I call it Club Kev. It's Sister Cities Park, and they have this great little pool, little splash pool. You can take toddlers or you can take adults, and they have this little nature trail where you can walk around. There's a statue. And then if you go back here, you have the, they have a big net, like a cargo net, where kids can climb. right there. You can climb this little net. I've been wanting to bring my grandson here, and they have like a little, whatever that is. I think there's a lot of fun things to do here. You splash around in here, you go swimming over there, you climb that cargo net. Yeah, it's not too bad. And they have a little splash fountain right outside the park. You can go there. And then across the street you have Logan Square, but it's actually a circle. And that has a fountain. And I mean, I guess, yeah, people were swimming in there, and they put chlorine in the fountain here. So I guess it's okay to go swimming in, just know. And I know if you've seen me talk about this fountain, I mention this every time. I did see a bum stand over that fountain, like one of these hoses, just like with his legs spread open for like 15 minutes. And I don't care how much chlorine you put in a pool. I don't care how much chlorine or chemicals you put in a pool. Nothing can sterilize bum taint. Hashtag bum taint. And I want to mention my merch. Don't forget, the merch is for sale. You can get the Philly Captain merch available. There's a link at the bottom of every video. You don't only have to get t-shirts. There's also cups, tote bags, all types of things. And you can get the Rick the Puppy, the Stewie the Chihuahua, the Here We Are. So check out my merch. Don't forget to check out Richie Hoagies. They're not a sponsor, just so you know. Richie's and John's Roast Pork, they don't pay me. I feel like it's my responsibility as the captain of Philadelphia. If you're looking for a good hoagie, you go to the 1800 block of Callowhill. Oh, there she is with the bike signals. The bike signals. Oh, look at this guy taking pictures. Right up there, that big building is the Philadelphia Police Department. It used to be the Philadelphia Inquirer building. Isn't that lucky for Richie's at the new police department? Right down the street. Back here, this was the old Inquirer building. Part of it's the new police station. Another part of this building is the Philadelphia School District, which, you know, a lot of the public school kids in Philadelphia rely on SEPTA to get to school. And if they cut the bus scheduling or the bus routes like 50%, and they don't have 50% of the buses going, the kids are going to probably have to leave like 45 minutes earlier. Yeah, this is like a weird area. 12th and Ridge Ave and Spring Garden Street. There's not a whole lot. They're developing. They're building stuff, but it's a lot of vacant lots for now. There is a concert venue up here. You got the car wash. You got the car wash, and you got the food truck. Not necessarily a truck, more of a bus, but it's there. You got the poultry markets. I once had my car break down right here, and I was stuck in this spot for 8 hours in one of the coldest days of the year waiting for a tow truck. This is the old spaghetti warehouse. It's now called the Union Transfer. That's a cool little building, that little Mexican spot. It's a concert venue. Is it still a concert venue? I feel like I haven't seen a show happen. Now the coolers are full. Go this way. We're gonna go down 7th Street. Right over here, this is the old house owned by Edgar Allan Poe. It's the house he wrote The Raven. He wrote The Raven in this house right here in Philadelphia. Here, this is the German Historical Society. That's a chunk of the Berlin Wall. A little world history. Right there, that's Edgar Allan Poe's house. Wrote The Raven here in Philadelphia, not Baltimore, where their football team's named after. I think he was married to his cousin. He was married to his cousin when he lived there, so, yeah. Not really a highlight. All right. Here we are, 8th and Girard. Closing down this gas station. Over here, this is the worst gas station in the city of Philadelphia. Whatever they were charging, I can guarantee you can get it 60 cents cheaper somewhere else in this city. $3.99 for that gas station. Look at this building. I think this is a Frank Furness bank. Frank Furness is like my favorite architect. Oh, we're dead. Hashtag piss, or is that curry? Wait, piss, curry smells, I think that's curry, and it doesn't smell good. I got the police helicopter flying above me. You got a cop turning this way. Makes me wonder. Right here, this is the Church of St. John Newman. Pope John Paul II. He said church. He said mass, not church. He said mass in that church. Hashtag pot. Right here around Front and Girard. This is kind of a happening, trendy place. It's the Fishtown area. You got the, this is where hipsters, this is like their headquarters. Oh, we're dead. We're all dead. Oh, we're good. Oh, we made it. We made it. I think we made it. We're gonna go this way. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, you wouldn't know, but this is like a real happening and hopping area. You got a lot of trendy bars. You got concert venues. Down there you got a place called Kung Fu Necktie. Here's another bar. Over there, that's the Middle Child. It's a cafe and bar. And then you get here, you got even more bars. This Bottle Bar, that's a great place. If you're working on becoming an alcoholic, like I was, I found craft beer there. You got the trendy ice cream spots. You got the bagel store. Jinx, this is a fantastic, like a vintage shop. There's a coffee place. Very hip and trendy. They also got a pretty decent record store. Mexican spot here. And then you got the Wok Works across the street. And then there's the Philadelphia Record Exchange, and they're already closed for the day. That's a good record store. You get some good stuff in there. All right, I showed you the church of St. John Newman, and this is a hospital. St. John Newman built, or he helped fund, with some money of him and some rich nuns. They built this hospital. The first brain tumor operation happened in this hospital in Fishtown. Down at Gull and Haggart used to be a big warehouse here. They tore that down and built these things. This neighborhood was one of the first neighborhoods that I remember being gentrified in my lifetime, and one day the houses went from, they were going for $50,000, then the next day they were going for, they got a block party going on down there. And then the next day the houses were going for $250,000 out of the blue. Coming up to St. Anne's Playground, or some people call it CO. No, their pool's open this year. We're dead. We're all dead. And there it is. There's the pool at CO. Got the playground here. Back in the old neighborhood of Port Richmond, going down Cedar Street. Man, they put these speed bumps everywhere. They got these speed bumps in all these streets. We got a house for sale. 2842 Cedar or 2844 Cedar? Let me know what it's going for. Kind of curious. I bet it's going for $235. What do you think of that? That's my ops. That's my guess. Over here is the Cahawks Playground. Oh, look, they changed the basketball courts. They're going a different direction. They used to go in that direction, and now they go in that. That's Cahawks Field. I heard they did some testing on there. There might be a little bit of lead, which is not really shocking because every playground in this neighborhood is covered in lead because there used to be a lead paint factory not too far from here, and the whole city's covered in it. All right. Yes, this will confirm if Perry's. Yeah, Perry's is closed. There we are. We got the pool on Aramingo Avenue. I almost bought that pool today. I went with the one a little bit smaller. It should be fun. It should be fun for about a week or two, and then it's going to get cold, and then nobody's going to want to take care of the goddamn pool, and then I'm going to shock it. It's going to be work, but it's all right. We're gonna try to have the best pool ever for about a week or two, and then all right. Going past the Petco, which I think is one of the longest running businesses on the Aramingo Avenue shopping district. My grandson's really into fish. Digs fish. So I'm thinking about maybe buying a betta fish. So what I do is I get into everything he gets into. That way he likes me the most. So I was thinking about buying a betta fish tank and all, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's fair to the betta fish because it's not gonna. I'm not good with fish. I'm not good with plants. I went to Target about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I bought this plant. It was a succulent, and I was watering it every day. Every day I was watering this plant, and then. About 6 months in, I see Mrs. Captain, and I was like, you never compliment my plant and how good of a job I'm doing with my succulent. And Cheryl was like, that plastic plant? Like, what plastic plant? No, it looks fake, but it's real. And then turns out, I went down and inspected it. It was a plastic plant. I've been watering it for 6 months. Man, the vacant Rite Aid. Look at this. Overgrown into the bike lane. Shame. Oh, shit. You hear that? Fireworks. 4th of July fireworks in Philadelphia. Rick the puppy. He doesn't do good with the fireworks. Right here used to be a Save-A-Lot supermarket. That closed down. And then right here you have the Dollar Tree. I don't know how this business opened. This is Charlie's Cheesesteaks. The only other place I've ever seen these things are inside malls. Garbage. Straight garbage. I don't know how you have a Charlie's Cheesesteak open. And you got Tony's Pizza in Port Richmond. You got Renzi's in Bridesburg. You got Old English in Fuck, you got Wawa. You go to Wawa before you go to Charlie's. Past the gas station at Wawa. $3.39 a gallon. That jerk off at Girard Ave, he's charging $4 a gallon. Here's a sign of the times right there. That's a Rise dispensary. That's where you can get the Mary Jane. A few years ago, that was a Comcast cable store. So the cable store shut down, and the weed moved in. Sign of the times, hon. Over here, that's the Frankfurt Creek. Looks like it's high tide. I'm excited. I got a record listening ahead of me. I don't know what I start off with. Do I start off with I think I'm going to go ELO. I'm in a 70s rock mood. A little ELO. And we're getting in the tunnel. Getting back in the neighborhood of Bridesburg. Well, we need to get a light under here. This is going to be a dumping spot. It already is a dumping spot, but if this trashmen go on strike, you're going to have guys dumping trash down here all the time. Especially if it's dark like that. All right, well, listen, I think we did it. Oh, I didn't drive past the Target. That's all right. And just see, I do shop at Target. You do see I have the Target bag. But I won't go to the Target at Castor Avenue. My kid today had to go to Target to get something. And they were like, come on, Dad, come in with me. And I said, I can't do it no more. I can't do it. I keep going back. And I'm not going back. Because they broke a bond they didn't know exist. And that was they were going to be better than Walmart. And now they're not better than Walmart. The Target on Castor Avenue is Walmart. And I will never, and I mean never, step foot in there again. Well, I guarantee you in like 2 weeks I'm going to need some. But I'm not going to like it.